By popular demand, here is a breakdown of the top 5 positions in my stocks and shares ISA as a 31-year-old corporate girly with 6-figure invested living in London. For full disclosure, this is an ISA that I opened in April 2025, and this is the second tax year that I've fully maxed out. My personal rate of return is 48.2% and my 1-year return is 29.5%. Now, 60.5% of my ISA is held in these 3 funds. 25.5% goes into the Invesco EQQQ, which tracks the Nasdaq 100, and 25% goes into the Vanguard S&P 500, and another 10% goes into SPDR S&P 500. Now, I know this is very US heavy and very focused on tech and growth, but that is a very conscious personal choice because the S&P 500 has the longest performance history and has an average return of 10% over the last 100 years. I know that past performance is not indicative of future results, but statistically speaking, I have very good odds. But to balance this out, I also have other investments in my ISA which reduces that risk. For example, my portfolio beta is only 0.48, which means it's 52% less volatile than the normal S&P 500. So during market downturns, it typically loses less than the broader market. And as you can see, I have not sacrificed on the returns either. And a good example of this would be my next 2 biggest positions, which are actually in single stocks. The first one is Altria Group, which I hold 6.8%. This is a dividend king. And the second one is Realty Income, sitting at 6.4%, which is a dividend aristocrat. Now, because they are single stocks, so they are still subject to price swings, but they are considered highly reliable for its dividend payments. This is purely a passive income play as I try to build that out in the next 10 years. And on average, my portfolio has a dividend yield of 4.05%, which means my ISA will compound even faster as I reinvest those dividends back into the market. Now, it goes without saying, this is just my personal portfolio and my personal risk, so always make sure you do your own research and comment to let me know if you want a part 2 for me to further break down the other funds and positions in my stocks and shares ISA. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!